What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, a.k.a. Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is.
Move this man!
All right, so Paulie Malinaggi says Deontay Wilder tried to get me fired from my Showtime job. Paulie Malinaggi respects the extreme competitor within Deontay Wilder. Malinaggi remembers how difficult it was to accept his first professional loss, a physically grueling unanimous decision defeat to Miguel Cotto in June of 2006 at Madison Square Garden. The former two-division champion's pride hurt as much back then as the facial fractures he suffered, while legitimizing himself as a top junior middleweight contender in that memorable bout. Wilder still lost Malinaggi when he used his heavy costume as an excuse for his 7th round technical knockout defeat to Tyson Fury in their recent rematch. In the WBC Heavyweight Championship rematch, February 22nd at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Malinaggi contended during Tuesday's on Akim Barak show on Sirius XM that Wilder should have kept his feelings about his outfit affected his performance to himself. Deontay in the ring, he said, "I'm not gonna make no excuses." Malinaggi, an analyst for Showtime, says, and then he made about 40 of them. You know what I mean. And he's not the first guy to do that.
No, sir!
Not to say he is, but again, from a competitive standpoint, I totally am with him in that you don't accept the loss.
No, sir!
You figure out a reason why that happened. The retired Malinaggi had some more of an issue with Wilder's reaction to criticism of his performance in his first fight against Fury. Malinaggi expressed during Showtime's pay-per-view's telecast of Wilder Fury that Fury deserved the victory in that 12-round fight in December of 2018 at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. According to Malinaggi, Wilder attempted after the fight to have him and fellow broadcaster Stephen Farhood removed from their Showtime positions. Farhood, a longtime Showtime commentator, unofficially scored the first fight for Fury during the network's telecast. Here's the problem I have, and this is, I think, where Deontay's had a problem in the last couple years, Malinaggi explained. Nobody around him is honest anymore, in my opinion. Okay, because when you say certain things publicly, you've already said them in your circle. You don't just randomly say stuff publicly that you have not said in your circle, even in passing, okay? So starting from the first Fury fight, somebody should have been like, "Yo, player, you didn't win that fight. We got away with it." Just run with it and say, "Yo, I'm gonna make this even better the next time. I got the knockdowns." Say you even feel like the results wasn't a robbery, but don't go saying like people were out of their minds to think you lost the first fight when you got outclassed in the first fight, because that was my issue with the whole thing. He tried to get me fired from Showtime and all this other stuff, you know? He was trying to have me and Farhood removed and all of this other stuff. So I have sort of an issue with that, because I don't have an issue with you being competitive and you even not liking the criticism. I don't have an issue with that, because you are not supposed to accept that easily. But when it's constructive, you also have to, when you calm down, because in the moment, of course, you're not calm. But when you calm down, you have to be able to understand the difference between constructive criticism the difference between constructive criticism and hating criticism, you know? And so you have to be able to take constructive criticism and build yourself and get better. English Fury parted ways with former trainer Ben Davison just 2 months before facing Wilder again, and replaced him with Javon Stewart, the late Emmanuel Stewart's nephew. By following Stewart's game plan, an aggressive, bullyish Fury fought differently throughout their rematch than he did in the first fight, in which Wilder dropped him twice. Fury floored Wilder twice and was way ahead on the scorecards when Wilder's assistant trainer, Mark Breland, threw in the towel during the 7th round. I don't feel there were many adjustments made by Wilder in the second fight, Malinaggi said. Fury made all the adjustments, I think. Fury made all the adjustments. Wilder didn't really look so different, you know? Actually, he looked worse, because Fury made the adjustments to make him worse. But now, you just fast forward to after this fight again, just like the first fight, where you said you got robbed, and everybody's cheering you on that you got robbed. Now you're saying after this fight, man, that outfit was heavy. Not one of your team has the balls to say anything about it. See, I always had my best friend around me. He was always real. He would be like, yo, bro, shut the fuck up. What are you saying right now? You know what I mean? And as a best friend, you're not gonna throw him out of your circle just for being honest. You always need that real guy, at least one real guy. And I feel like Deontay putting out that excuse is just another sign, another clue to say there's too many yes men around this guy. Because somebody in his team should have been like, yo, you're gonna look like an idiot if you put that out there. Don't say that. Just say, yo, we got the rematch clause. I'm gonna run it back, and I'll make this right. You know what, my fans? I'm back. Whatever he just said there, I'm gonna be back. You can believe in me. I'll make this right. You know what I mean. I didn't do it right. Whatever. If you say I didn't feel right on the fight night, say that. Don't say it was the outfit though. Don't go with the outfit.
We going to the right? Yep.
Yo, I've been looking for this clip. What I'm about to show y'all is a prime example of, like these dudes around Deontay Wilder just feeding into delusions and just blatantly feeding him bullshit, trying to blow his head up, make him believe he's bigger than what he truly is. Never telling him the truth. All right, now, Deontay Wilder showing up for the weigh-in, and of course everybody's there for Tyson Fury. He's been booed non-stop, and he's been being booed by the fans and so on and so forth. So when he's about to go on stage, Malik Scott and his trainer tells him, everybody's here for you. Tyson Fury's a pawn in the show. But I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself.
Fury is a pawn and you're with it. Oh, this is for you, bro. He's a part of it. This is your show. You created all of this energy. Nobody ever gave you nothing.
Now, according to Wilder's team and the men standing around him, he created all of that energy. He created all of this. So let's see exactly what energy Wilder created over here.
With the main event of the evening, the highly anticipated rematch for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the world. First, standing at 6 feet 9 inches from Manchester, England, here's the undefeated Lineal Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Gypsy King.
Sorry, LDBC, but this one Wilder fan, his vote isn't stronger than that whole British audience out there. I'm just saying though. So I'm curious. I would have to ask you and your team once again, what energy did he create there? It definitely wasn't the cheers. It was more like the jeers. So it just shows you the delusions of his team lying to him, trying to tell him that he created the whole atmosphere over there. So, a portion of his ego and big-headedness and his delusions, I would have to blame on them little cronies he has standing around him. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yo, and I see Deontay. It's your delusions, man, and the people around you are gonna become a serious problem for you, and I'm gonna tell you why, man. Not only are they gonna ruin you, but I swear they are blazing a trail set by gasoline, waiting to be struck by a match when you fall apart by ruining every relationship by any possible person that could help you in your future endeavors in boxing or anything else revolving around boxing. Because, man, you shitting on a lot of people with all y'all delusions, man. Y'all have purposely shit on a lot of people, man, to try to hide your phony narratives, try to hide this false claim to be the boogeyman, to be the biggest puncher, to fight all of the best, to get in the ring, to say, you know, to live your little lies about saying you never had the chance to unify, etc., etc. But when it comes off you're supposed to be a spiritual man, right? But when it comes off the backs of you trying to sacrifice other people so you can live in your lie and take other people's livelihood away from them, bruh, you can't be blessed for no shit like that. And that's all the way facts. And the sad thing is, you believing in your own hype and nobody having the decency to try to tell you the truth, nor do you even try to take the time to listen to what people say and take it as constructive criticism and run with it so you can improve. Paulie's absolutely right. You didn't do it in the first fight, you didn't do it in the second fight, and to be perfectly honest, man, I'm worried about you. Because in this third fight, brother, you seriously can get hurt. And at this point, the whole world is probably dying to see it happen to you.
Yeah.
Because you absolutely deserve it, man. You don't take not one bit of accountability for your career. Every time you've, lost, every time you've looked bad in the ring, there was something wrong with you, and you couldn't even remember what happened to you. But once again, man, you can't be blessed when you know your delusions and you trying to live your lies and try to believe in your own hype, try to come off the expenses of other individuals' livelihood because they have integrities, they have backbones, and they decide to tell the truth. And try to tell you something that your team don't even have the heart to tell you. None of them little cronies, them little Alabama Bambies, bitch boys that you brought along with you had the heart to tell you. That could help you in the long run in your career. But you don't even see it as that. And that's a problem. Bro, your goddamn ego's so goddamn big, man. Can't nobody sit behind you, man. And the sad thing is, man, it's gonna be your downfall, man. And you ain't heeding the warnings, man. You wanna know why? Because there ain't been nothing but green lights around you, man. And people will try to, soften the landing every step of the way. Every time, you know what I mean, you went to go step in shit, somebody was there to, scoop that shit up before you could do it. I mean, they've never let you touch a hot stove over at the PBC, man. They've done everything to keep you away from the kitchen, man. Here's the deal, man. When y'all keep lying to this dude, man, when y'all don't tell this dude the truth, when y'all really don't let him know the error in his ways, man, he can never improve. And the only thing that can happen while Tyson Fury is steadily improving, while he's adapting to the power at this weight, he's going to be more of a force to be reckoned with, which means he's going to inflict more damage on Wilder, which means a bigger hospital bill for Deontay Wilder. And I'm dead ass serious, and I'm not joking about that. So, Wilder, you keep believing in all of these little fanboys and these little yes men that's corralling around you and believing in your own hype because it's going to lead to you going to the hospital and being really stressed out and really being hurt. And it's going to lead to your humiliation and the end of your career. And when people look back on you in history, man, they going to talk bad about you. I mean really bad. But that's all I got for you guys, man. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. It's the motherfucking boss. Respect.